We're joined by Sean Moscrop after West have won 4-0 in the Macron Cup. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Thanks, Greg.
We've been waiting a little time for this interview because it's been your turn on the rota to clean the changing room. We're going to do a little bit of an inspection with you. How do we rate the performance today, Hamo?
I'm going to say it's an 8.5. If you'd have put a mop round, Sean, I'd probably give you a 9.5 to a 10.
And a Henry Hoover, I think I'd have done it.
Thoughts on today's game, Sean?
Yeah, really good results. Continuing that winning run, obviously. Nice to get another clean sheet. I think it's just keeping in that habit and routine of ticking games off and by win. But yeah, really pleased.
I noticed the other day after matches that Steve Yarwood has two nicknames for you. He calls you Mosiesta, I'm guessing after Andres Iniesta when you played well, or Cattermole if you've not played so well. What would you say today? Were you Mosiesta or were you Cattermole?
Mosiesta, I know. Yeah, it was funny that happened after pre-season game. Played Mosiesta one game and he was giving me, loads of compliments, but then the very next was Cattermole. So, but yeah, no, it's obviously really nice compliment and hopefully play a bit more like Mosiesta for the rest of the season.
Would you like to fire back at him? Kind of, he wasn't doing much assistant managing today. He was in the sheds with fans.
Angry Ginge.
Yeah.
Ginger dark fruits as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, normally Ginger Mourinho, maybe Angry Ginge at times. Yeah. Ginger Russell Martin, perhaps. Or maybe fans can comment in below in the video who they think he should be. I'm guessing you didn't dream of being called Cattermole as a kid. Who were your heroes growing up? Who did you aspire to be like?
He's spot on with like your Iniestas, those Barcelona type. That trio of like Iniesta, Busquets, Xavi. Probably more technical players and like to play short passes. I guess that's more my style as a midfielder. But yeah, that's well as me. Yeah, those smaller stature players, Luka Modric, that type of thing. But yeah. Those are the kind
we can definitely see that. You joined the club back in March. How would you describe your experience at West so far?
Really enjoyable. I think I said in that sort of signing on little message that it's the club itself, speaks for itself, in terms of the fan base and the squad. So it was at the time it was an opportunity I couldn't turn down, and I've enjoyed every moment since.
Absolutely. Before you came to West, can you tell us a little bit about your footballing experience? Where have you been at before West?
Yeah, so I started men's football. It was, St. Martin's. I don't know if you'll have...
Yeah, West have played there.
Yeah.
West had our record win against St. Martin's.
Hopefully whilst I wasn't there.
Probably a bit after, maybe,
And then went to Sandbach. It was a coach I had at college, actually, Jason Doggo, who got me into men's football. Took me to St. Martin's, and we went to Sandbach. And then, kind of returned back to Vauxhall. So I was in like reserve setup after that.
So were you at Vauxhall as a kid?
So I was at Chester in the youth setup. And then when I got released from there, I went into Vauxhall. So that was like youth team football, reserves. And then, I was still in college. So we were saying, want to get into men's football and come with me here. So took that opportunity and I'm glad I did, really.
So before you came to West, had you played at Brookburn Road a few times as well for other clubs?
A couple of times. Actually, before the first two occasions of not good memories, I was expecting to play and then got dropped.
Right, yeah.
So not great, but then obviously lifted the title here with Vauxhall. So and that's probably one of the biggest achievements in football for me personally. It was obviously a great achievement and hopefully do the same again. Who knows?
Would be nice.
Those were my previous visits.
So obviously you dropped down from NPL with Vauxhall, went to Cheadle. Kind of what was the decision making process for that kind of coming that league down and then coming to West?
Just playing more regularly. Really, I think that is a tough league. That league above, and it's physical. But I think at the time or towards the end of the season, it was not getting as much game time, and that was the priority really. Everyone wants to play regularly. Jake at Cheadle reached out to me, and do you know what? I really enjoyed my time at Cheadle. It was nothing to do with there. It was obviously an opportunity when this arose. I couldn't turn down, but
We noticed a couple of weeks ago at Earlham away, the Earlham manager was kind of having a word in your ear about going. Was that an option as well before West? Or
yeah,
you can say no comment if you want. Or
No, well, I think it might have only been a couple of weeks before, and because it was coming to the end of the season, and I was kind of thinking, was it worth jumping ship? So I kind of said that. I was like, it's coming to the end of the season. I don't really see not that I see the point, but just a bit of a rash move. And then West came in maybe a week or two later and joined, so he was giving me a bit of stick. And then about the Chatterton goal as well, which kind of maybe ended their hopes of promotion. So he mentioned that. But he's been sleeping on that.
After Wednesday's match, we asked supporters who they thought was the player of the match. You did get the player of the match in that game, but the responses were overwhelmingly your name. How does it feel to be kind of getting that recognition from West supporters, kind of from standing in the shed? A lot we hear everyone saying how good you're playing at the moment and how much of an asset you are to the team. Kind of, do you feel that as a player as well?
Yeah, it's really nice as well, especially with such high attendance and the fan base. You probably wouldn't get that really at other clubs in terms of I guess the volume of it and getting that from the crowd. I think it was a close one. I thought Jack Mack was probably another standout as well. Mind you, there was loads, Chris Rowney. But I'm really enjoying my football. So I think when you're happy, when you're playing your football, that's when you play your best. So. That was nice after Wednesday's game.
A lot of supporters comment on how nice it is that you play with your shirt tucked in, kind of a bit of an old school look. Have you been complimented on that before?
Not particularly. I think it's just I'm not, as I'm looking at you here, I'm not the biggest in stature, so kits have never really fit me. So I think it's just something I've got into a bit of a routine.
Well, keep it going. It's working for the West fans, definitely. A lot of people talking about at the moment with the teams doing so well, the balance in the midfield, that centre midfield three with you, Tom Murray, Harvey Roberts. What do you feel your role is in that three?
I'm typically, I'd say, the deeper of the three, but I was talking about it with Marshy. I think in today's day and age, people sort of box themselves as either a 10 or an 8 or a 6. I think me, Harvey and Muzzer are all kind of can do a bit of everything. I mean, we're obviously not got the goal record that Harvey's producing this season, but I think it's just a really good balance in there at the moment. Like I said, I think people say me and Muzzer are sort of similar type of player, and then Harvey, to be doing what he's doing, scoring so many goals at a young age as well. It's it feels like a really good combination.
What are they both like to play with? It kind of feels like from the outside, kind of a quiet and loud kind of combo.
Very different in personality. Sometimes Harvey, you've got to try and calm down a little bit. Maybe he gets, but that's more just excitement. He wants to get on the ball, and he's that's his style. Me and Muzz are probably a bit the opposite in terms of maybe a bit calmer, but. Yeah, it's a really good balance, and I think since the Chatterton game, that was the first time we tried it, and I think we played the same since then. And it's obviously working really well.
Absolutely. Obviously, you've come from you've played league above. We're aiming to get to that league above. What do you see as the big differences between that level and here, if there are any?
I think it is a bit of a step up. Probably physically, stronger and fitter. I think that's generally as the levels go up. That's what you notice the most. In terms of technical ability, I'm not sure, but I would say that's the biggest difference. In terms of your fitness and strength. But I'd have, we could definitely, obviously, that's the aim this season in terms of going up and playing at that level. And I don't think we'd have any problem if we managed to achieve that this season. You've
just mentioned before that you've already lifted the trophy at Brookburn Road. Leading question: what's the hopes for this season?
I think it's no secret, is it? We want to go up as a minimum. But look, there's a lot of very good teams in the league this season. It seems to be quite a kind of an open race, if you like. There's a lot of teams that have in and around that top of the table, isn't it? It's quite close. So I think that's why it's important as well with the run that we're on. I feel like that's when you can try and kind of get away from teams as well in that top end of the table if you continue these sort of winning runs. Hopefully that's the end of the season.
Well, we've done it today. We've won again. We're on fire at the moment. You're playing really well. Thanks for your time, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.